Oh, thank you for joining us today at hashtag Can Youth Vote Matter and hashtag Can Minority Vote Matter awareness campaign. Today we are very pleased to tell you that we are here with Liberal Kitchener Centre Member of Parliament Raj Saini. Thank you so much, Raj, for being with us today.
Thank you, Ella, for inviting me, and thank you very much for coming. This is a great honor for me.
So, Raj, tell us a bit about yourself, like how you got into politics, your struggles, and your political work.
So I came to Canada when I was 1.5. So I'm the son of immigrants. And when we first came to Canada, we settled in Toronto, and then we moved to Mississauga, and then I moved to Kitchener. So one of the things that my father really cared about was politics and current events. So he encouraged me and my younger sisters to make sure that we constantly read other books or newspapers, but we were constantly informed about what was happening not only in Canada, but around the world. He wanted us to become more informed citizens. So as I was growing up, I felt very passionate about politics, but I studied pharmacy, so I'm a pharmacist by profession. But even though I was in the pharmacy, I still made sure that I kept in touch with current events, and I joined the local writing association board here, and I worked behind the scenes. So what that meant was that I would be canvassing with other candidates. I'd help with fundraising. I'd be attending events. I'd be attending conventions. So for many years, I did that behind the scenes. I never thought that one day that I would have the chance to go into politics. So in 2013, 2014, there were a bunch of people who came up to me from the Riding Association and from outside the community who said to me, look, we think that this is the right time for you, that maybe you should think about entering politics. And by this time, my business was settled, and so things were okay there, so I could have taken the time to really invest all of my energy and all of my resources into doing this. And this is a very, there's a lot of work involved in this job. So you've got to be pretty well 7 days a week. So I needed to make sure that everything around my life was settled, and everything was settled. So like I said, the business was doing okay. It was an opportunity to serve. And for me, I consider this a huge honor in my life to serve my community. I served them first as a pharmacist, but this is another opportunity to serve me. So this community has been fantastic, has been really generous to me, has been great to me. I came here when I was very young, and they really supported me when I was a pharmacist. So I felt that this was the right time in my life that I wanted to give back. And so that's what really inspired me to get into politics.
So, why do you think the youth and minorities votes matter? And what steps can be taken to get them more involved in the election process?
That's an excellent question, Ella. And I think that it's not only about youth and minority. I think every vote matters. But what we've seen is there's two particular groups sometimes that are not as active as we would like them to be. With youth especially, I think for me what I've tried to do as elected member of parliament is to engage youth more, is to go out more to their events, to meet them more, to listen to them more, to try to understand what the challenges are, what issues they're facing, so I can respond to them. And I think that's the first thing that we need to do, especially with youth, is we have to allow them the opportunity to tell us, not for us to tell them, but for them to tell us what the challenges they're facing, what stresses they have, what fears they have, so we can respond in a way that would alleviate all of those concerns. With the minorities, I think the other thing is that a lot of times I think that they may not be as used to engaging in the political process, and so I think again that's up to us to make sure that we try to engage them, go to their events, go and talk to them, visit them, and tell them how important it is to be part of their community and to contribute to their country by voting, by understanding what the issues are, what each candidate stands for, to make sure that they have this opportunity to impact society in a way where they're voting and they're doing things that will contribute to the progress of their country. So I think that when you look at all these things, these are some of the reasons why I came into politics, is to make sure that those groups sometimes that didn't have a voice or maybe didn't have an opportunity to express their voice, that as long as I tried very hard to go and meet with them, that I would be their voice in any which way I could.
All right, thank you. I'd like to thank Raj Saini for his valuable input on the importance of youth and minorities votes. Remember, hashtag Can Youth Vote Matter and hashtag Can Minority Vote Matter. It does. It does. Thank you.